Good morning, good morning. I hope everyone's doing well. Today is Saturday, August 17th. Welcome to the weekend. I hope everyone's having a good start to their weekend. Have a good morning. Wake up. Get yourself some coffee, some tea, coffee. Whoop. This morning, I think we're just going to hang out for a bit. Maybe surf the web, watch some videos. Don't really have any games planned for the morning right now. Just hanging out, chilling. And there we go. That's a smidge bigger for you. We'll catch you with some games this morning, or some game news this morning.
Video games are pretty normal nowadays and have been for quite a while. But there are certain games that if somebody saw you playing them, you'd have some explaining to do. Hi folks, it's Falcon.
Game news slash videos I haven't watched in a while.
You'd be embarrassed getting caught playing. Starting off with number 10, it's Tomb Raider 2013. Maybe I'm showing my age here, but I remember back with the original Tomb Raider games. They came out and everybody thought you were a perv for playing them. Probably because you were. They're good games, but also you were a perv for playing them. By today's standards, they are about as tame as games get. Lara's sharp and pointies notwithstanding. It's not really what was necessarily in the game. It was probably more the marketing and packaging of the game. Regardless, when the 2013 reboot came around, the priority seemed to be making this a more respectable take on Tomb Raider, but I don't think they can help themselves. They did try. The outfits are more toned down, at least. But I would say they exchanged video for audio here. They kind of failed miserably at making it more respectable because the constant grunting and moaning sounds that Lara makes when doing basically anything in the game make it feel absolutely filthy.
I never played this one, so I guess I never noticed that in any of the videos or previews I watched.
Like, you had to turn the game down if other people are around, because anyone who's hearing this racket is going to be like, is this pornography?
Oh, no.
Are you watching? You're playing Tomb Raider. Oh, of course. You're playing Tomb Raider.
Oh, that's horrible.
They made Lara not look like that. Yeah, dude, but they made
That's horrible.
Lara sound like that. When Tomb Raider first came out, just having a female protagonist in a major game was still kind of unusual. Now they're fairly common, and most people wouldn't bat an eye at playing at a girl in a game. But most games just don't have the protagonist constantly screaming, moaning, crying, and I don't know, just making movement sounds like this game.
Movement
Honestly,
sounds.
it's a little weird. Even when you aren't factoring in all the shockingly violent death and crime plots and a lot of really good. And number 9 is the Yakuza games. The Yakuza games are mainly about
they're
men
wild.
doing violence. They have extremely convoluted crime plots and a lot of really goofy nonsense. There are side stories and mini games where the super serious characters transform into the biggest dorks you could possibly imagine. Some of it very funny. Some of it very embarrassing. Now, I do think the developers of Yakuza, to some extent, are intentionally inflicting this on you rather than accidentally.
That's
but
funny.
it's maximum cringe one way or the other. It's the sort of thing you feel shame experiencing even when there's not anyone else around. There's stuff in the game where you will want to lock your doors, put on headphones, turn your phone off, and look away from the screen while you're playing it, lest you die of cringe exposure. Like, there are things in these games that make you want to pretend you are not part of the human world. Obviously, there is so much
That's
I could
funny.
list here. There's the erotic videos from Yakuza 0 where you're literally just
Oh,
putting
yeah.
short tape where women in bikinis writhe around.
And it's like it's an achievement too.
Management, I guess, mini game. I hesitate to call it a mission necessarily, but you're dressing hostesses up and ordering them around and stuff. There's an online mini game in Yakuza 6 where you help Kiryu type boobs into a chat window.
Yes.
Yes.
It's all very goofy, exceptionally embarrassing stuff. You would think it
That's
couldn't
wild.
get any worse than the cat fights from Yakuza 0. At
Oh,
number
go.
8 is Stellar Blade. This is a game that feels like a throwback to a previous generation in more ways than one. It's a game that comes off like its Xbox 360 era, not just from the gameplay, but the absurdly over-sexualized main character. Really, if you
Fair enough.
removed the main character, even replaced her with, like, I don't know, a Revengeance-style ride, and it would barely matter to the overall experience. The fact the playable character is an impossibly proportioned anime babe really doesn't matter to the plot, and bizarrely enough, there's not really a lot of camera
because she's
stuff
like a robot,
that really
right?
indulges. There's some, but not as much as you would expect for a game with a protagonist that looks like this. So, to me, the reason I probably would not want to get caught playing this game in full immersion mode, let's say, mostly comes down to the fact that, like, somebody walks in and you're, like, really, really, like, zoomed in on some of the outfits this woman can wear, from the quote-unquote naked suit to the straight-up bikini. It's actually possible to dress her in more sensible clothing. Not all of it's hyper-revealing, but most of it is. And you kind of have to go out of your way to put some pants on her. It's one of those games where your girlfriend is going to give you constant shit about it, and it somehow manages to be even more embarrassing than other games that are actually a lot more sexually explicit. Like, there's no actual nudity or really anything particularly lewd at all. But you can just feel
naked robots.
Number 7 is Dragon's Crown. Man, Vanillaware has made some great stuff, but like most artists I've known, these guys cannot keep it in their pants. They are horny people. And we all have to see
These all those stupid mobile games.
Like 13 Sentinels. And number 6
That's
is
ridiculous.
Life is Strange, a game with a different kind of embarrassment. It's the sort of game you're not hiding from your wife or girlfriend unless, I don't know, they just like totally hate you playing something with girls or women in it at all, which would be kind of weird on their part. I would think that to some extent it's almost refreshing to see female protagonists from time to time. But let's not go there. Life is Strange. You're not hiding from them. You're hiding from your brother, your dad, your roommate, etc. Because it's a game where you play as a teenage girl navigating high school drama, and it's not anime. Persona.
It's a story.
Thank you very much.
Is what you're
I don't know,
saying?
maybe I think there's an element of you would be considered weird for playing Persona. Kind of the. And number 5, the Bayonetta series. All right, let's get back to the TNA, the bread and butter.
Okay, fair enough.
The butt, the boobs, and literally no shame. Well, actually, I take that back. Lots of shame on your
All
part.
the shame.
Nobody really knows how to explain. Inevitable. No matter what you do, someone will walk in when something crazy cringy happens. Bayonetta will get her clothes torn and be moaning, or like the camera will zoom in on her crotch while she is doing what one might do with one's crotch if one wanted to feel quite good. Christ, that is, there are no euphemisms for that
That's
work
wild.
on YouTube, are there? But there. And number 4 is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. There's
That's
a
wild.
vast well of embarrassing content in JRPGs. Very deep, certainly not a dry well, just part of the medium. For players whose only experience with these types of games was the original Xenoblade Chronicles, which was completely free of anything particularly embarrassing, the sequel was, let's just say, eye-opening. For the sequel, they turned up the horny dial up to 10, and they snapped it off. They tried to keep going. I
They
don't know
snapped
if
it off.
that affected anything or if it just stopped at 10, but
as the driver of the Aegis.
and number 3 is Metal Gear Solid 5. It's quiet, full stop. That's all there is to say. Everything else about the game is completely fine, but they throw in this character who's already wearing a bikini and make it weird. Explain why that's useful. It's self-explanatory. But, like,
I was never a huge Metal Gear fan. It just was never for me. Is that a Harrier? But good shot.
Yes, now that you've recognized the secret reason for her exposure, you will feel ashamed of your words and deeds. Yeah, I don't think anybody's actually going to buy that. I am obviously still saying that line because it's the funniest thing in the world, and no one buys it. They're like, no, that's just a sexy lady. You came up with a weird in-game, in-world explanation for why she's always got to be half naked. In fact, it's a weird character all around. Like, she's the one buddy who gets a dramatic story where the character leaves the base and Big Boss has to go after her. Like, it's a whole dramatic scene. It's actually one of the most cinematic segments of the entire game, and it's an optional mission dedicated to this random, basically naked woman who is single-handedly responsible for making it so you can't play this game around other people without getting laughed out of the room. Moving on to number 2, and then there's Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Oh, all the DOAs,
the Dead or Alive series on here, but at least for a little while, the fighting games had some credibility. It's not so much the case
I'll give you that.
anymore.
I'll give you that for a while. Yeah,
like
back in like the Xbox 360 days. And then it became that, like just
and
collecting
number 1 is
scantily clad bikinied women.
And for everything that Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball is,
Oh, 10-2?
I don't actually think it's weirder than Final Fantasy X-2. I was powerfully embarrassed from this game. It was not what I was expecting at all. Probably the first time I was ever really embarrassed about playing a game, in fact. It was something I wanted really badly, and I was often talking about it. Like, I wanted to know what happened after the events of Final Fantasy X. And to be fair, it has that. And also, to be
I
fair,
will
the
say, when I
Final
played it when
Fantasy
it first
X
came
has
out,
its
I
fair
did
share
have
of
the same,
embarrassing
like,
scenes,
I
particularly
wasn't
in
embarrassed by it, but I thought it wasn't just an all-girl cast. So it took me, it just threw me for a loop when I played it as a kid. I was expecting some Tidus, some Auron, some other characters maybe to make a comeback, and they really kind of didn't. I think Waka was in there, right? But it was just different. It wasn't what I was expecting from a Final Fantasy game.
You shouldn't laugh anymore.
Good, but just different.
People excited. What's Yuna doing now that the world is saved and Titus is gone? Will Yuna be an interesting full-blown protagonist? Or will she be a pop star? Anyone hoping for a game with a similar tone to Final Fantasy X is in for a rude awakening. The opening cutscene
very
is
much
a
so.
music concert, has really embarrassing outfits. There's 2000s girl power aesthetics everywhere. And I don't think even women really like that. Not now, anyway. It's all deeply embarrassing. Everything feels dumber and intentionally goofier than the original.
This was like
Dialogue
very
is painful
2000s.
at times. And don't forget about the things like the massage mini game. It looks, sounds, and many
Yowza.
times behaves like a porn game. It's a porno with no porn and all the cringe. It's all so over the top that many people have come back around on the game and proclaimed it a camp classic. It helps that it's actually a good in terms of...
What's
I
the
do have
bonus?
a couple of bonus games for you. The first, I think
bonuses,
you gotta give it up for Nier Automata. It is a complex game with important themes about loss and finding meaning in a meaningless world, but it's also a silly action game where you play as a gothic Lolita with an uncomfortably short skirt slashing up little Tinker Toy men. If you got family that isn't into anime, doesn't understand what's going on, at this
What else?
a little embarrassment trying to play. The point of this game is it's meant to appear like a cute, stupid one, sexualized
Fair
anime
enough.
girl game. Some of it's bad, weird. As always, we thank you very
A
much.
lot of
for
weeb
watching
stuff
this
on here,
video.
I feel.
I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at Falcon.
Hey, and we're back with another episode of Before You Buy, that show where we give you some straight up gameplay and our first impressions of the latest games releasing. As usual, it's me, Jake Baldino, and today we're talking about Black Myth Wukong. This is a big action combat adventure from Game Science. This is a mobile developer jumping into their first big console PC game. Now, this game...
There's a lot of that right now coming out from, like, I think, like, Korea right now. A lot of mobile developers are shifting into big quote unquote game development, which is kind of cool. It's a neat little shift.
has been...
It makes me wonder if there's ever going to be like a Korean Japanese type of rivalry for video games, kind of how back in like the 80s 90s that video game race. Maybe there will be another one coming up here soon. Maybe we have hope.
slowly hyped up for years, from its graphics to its character and story, and we've been cautiously keeping an eye on it. Now, keep in mind with this video, this is my first impressions after the first like 13, 14 hours or so, but I'm actually liking this one more than I expected. It's flawed for sure, but I think if you had your eye on this and you were hopeful, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's ambitious, and even where it stumbles, I think this is a great debut for this studio. And just so you know, I've been playing a review copy on PC. That's where all this footage is, and all of this gameplay footage you see here is spoiler free. So if you haven't already heard this, it's important to note that Black Myth Wukong is inspired by the 16th century classical Chinese novel Journey to the West. Now, this to me is one of the game's defining bits. It's why I was interested. You play as a badass monkey with a staff, and you go on a really varied adventure fighting zombies and creatures, rat kings, evil ancient monks, dragons, you name it. This is a fairly linearly structured game with some diversions. It's not really a Souls-like, like many people expected. Sure, you rest and level up at like bonfire checkpoints, but that's really where the comparisons end. This is an action combat adventure with light RPG elements. You have some stats to worry about, but you're not upgrading like a multitude of stats like endurance and strength and magic and intelligence. No, it's all just focused on, you know, the basic level up and simple loot and character progression through a skill tree and some other tricks along the way. Now, your character as a baseline has a heavy and light attack as well as a dodge. A lot of it is based around focus points, so you need to dodge and strike and do well to build this up, or hold a button to waste some stamina and charge it up, and then bam. When you have these points, you can launch a more powerful heavy attack that can often stagger enemies.
How many arrows are they shooting?
You can also deflect certain enemy projectiles, but otherwise, your main defense is really just dodging like crazy. Perfect dodges are rewarded with a satisfying effect and a little bonus, so get that focus stored up and hit triangle at the right moment, and bam, a Monster Hunter greatsword level slam dunk that just feels so satisfying to properly pull off. There are also multiple stances that are swappable on the fly with the D-pad. These stances are really just variations on the monkey's staff. Oh, did I forget to mention that it's like a staff that can transform? Because that's part of the ancient lore, man. Get with it. These don't change your entire fighting style, but they do matter the most with that charged heavy attack for situational shakeups. There's the big heavy slam, which is just so satisfying. I tend to stick with that as the main, but then there's the elevated staff where the monkey perches atop it like a tall pole, avoiding some damage while also charging up a big downward slam. There's more, and I'm still experimenting with them, but I'll let you discover them. They seem pretty situational, and I've had a tendency to only swap to and use them in specific instances more than just having them equipped and using them consistently. Even still, sometimes it's tough to learn where exactly a stance might work, because enemy attacks are so insane and aggressive. It can take a lot of trial and error to really get what the hell you're doing with a stance. A lot of the times you're given these stances and then their use case isn't really spelled out for you. You gotta just figure it out. But still, I kind of like these implementations. Along with that, you have a magic meter that you can spend on special abilities. The first one introduced to you is a temporary and pretty short enemy freeze, like catching them for just enough time to land a few hits. Some of these abilities are offensive, some that help a little bit in the defense department, and they're paced throughout the game and seem effective, but more importantly, entertaining and fun to pull off at the right moment. It's just so good to screw over an enemy at the last second. These are on cooldowns, but the bigger challenge and strategy is not burning your entire magic meter before getting to a challenging enemy where you're really gonna need it. You're also essentially defeating certain enemies and collecting some of their abilities. Our hero character is canonically like a shapeshifter, and throughout the game, you defeat and earn the ability to transform into these enemies temporarily. There's a full transformation where like you can temporarily become a different creature and walk around and kick ass, or ones that you trigger and you will try. It really only matters when an enemy feels like a grind, or like when you're fighting low level enemies. The more complex bosses, you really have bigger things to worry about. Is the combat most refined, the most laser precise, balanced thing? No. If you were looking for a Souls-like, this is where you might be disappointed if you were looking for even more depth, but I had fun with it. Story-wise, it has a lot going for it because of like what I said, like what it's based on. I only know the basics of Sun Wukong, but I was really just here for the ride and to be exposed to Chinese myth. You get mysterious tales, beautiful vignettes, thoughtful quotes, really well designed and cool looking characters and cinematic action framing.
Picture this, saving up to 10% when you bundle your home and auto insurance.
But I didn't really get a good feel for a sense of story. You just kind of go along, things happen, and characters say things and quote random things, and it really does not do a good job of ushering people into these ancient tales. I was still curious the whole time and had fun seeing cool stuff, but I wasn't like compelled or emotionally invested.
Sure.
It's just like a sequence of really cool stuff. Now, the game is structured in chapters. There's typically a big bad boss at the end of a chapter, and it's a matter of you getting your way there.
Nice.
You might run into one mid-boss that kicks your ass, so turn around and find another alternating path that likely brings you to another mid-boss you can cut your teeth on first. Occasionally, you'll run into an NPC or a little mystery, but this is mostly areas with
like
a few mob-type enemies that mostly aren't too crazy, and then a few tougher guys here and there, and then lots and lots of bosses. Like, I mean it. You can fight one unique boss, walk through a hallway, and then bam, there's a completely new, different boss ready to square up. This is where the game is really ambitious. Like I said, the amount of unique fights feels really, really damn special. The amount of times I was in a glorious, over-the-top, brutal fight with, like, you know, screen-filling animations and explosions, thinking, oh man, this has to be the end of this whole chapter or sequence. You know, maybe I'll get a big cutscene or something. And then I finally beat them, and then nope, that was just a regular pedestrian boss in the middle of a level with another one right around the corner. A mid-boss in this game rivals some of the best bosses in other like regular action games, and that's really damn impressive. From the level of challenge to the music and setting to the like the over-the-top crazy movesets of some of these enemies, it's just nuts. And I've been having a lot of fun just consistently encountering new cool stuff. It makes it feel really well paced, and also got me a little addicted, man. Like I kept playing after I said I'd stop because I just wanted to see the next new thing around every corner. And it's just really fun when you get boxed into a corner by a taller enemy who jumps in the air. Excel here. From graphics to art design, this game is absolutely gorgeous. Flowing rivers, lush foliage, detailed textures, striking shadows, and ray tracing.
So
this is the rare instance of a game that was like originally teased as a graphical showcase like years ago, and then the final product actually looks really good. With that being said, I did play on PC, and even on a high-end PC, I did have some issues. The occasional stuttering, a few glitches with some enemies floating, a few crashes, and some little frame rate issues, especially as you get deeper into the game.
It feels like the story's
if you're
missing.
sensitive to this stuff, you should maybe wait or do some more research with a PC nerd reviewer. I've seen some critics not have any issues. I've seen some have worse than me. I also have not seen the console version of this game, and I believe none of my fellow reviewers have either, meaning definitely wait until we know what's up, because this game is coming in a little hot. The potential technical issues muffles what is otherwise a really fun game. Like I said, be warned, it's not a Souls-like, and some Souls fans might not love the combat, but... Hey folks, today is Friday, August 16th, 2024. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about all the video game news that has been going on this week. A lot of stuff, a lot of new game announcements, and some good news. First things first, I'm going to be at Gamescom next week, the game convention in Germany. It's like the biggest game convention ever. It's my first time. I'm really excited. I'm going to be doing my podcast live on Thursday. That's going to be on screen here, but I'll be around, so if you see me, say hi. But with that out of the way, the talky YouTuber stuff, let's just jump into the news. The first thing is a new game announcement from a new studio in Germany. It's called Neo Berlin 2087. This is a cyberpunk themed action shooter adventure that looks very ambitious. At first glance, this game looks absolutely shocking.
And,
the visuals, the facial details of the characters, the
I'm missing
lights,
one other
the
game
lighting,
there.
the
But yeah,
move
that's what
sets,
it looks
everything
like
here
if they had a
seems
baby
really
and
cool.
this game
It seems
came
like
out.
a dream come true. However, looking at YouTube comments, it does seem like there is a general sentiment of some suspicion here. This is an early look at this game, and some people are saying it looks a little soulless. It looks a little quote unquote synthetic, not real. Having said that, some of the gameplay here, like there is what looks like real actual gameplay footage, some first person, third person shooting and kills and stuff like that. So I don't think it's worth ringing alarm bells over yet. I checked out the studio's website. They're still hiring. So a lot of times they put out these more conceptual trailers as kind of a bid to get more talent. There is some interesting ideas here, some cool stuff I want to see in a game. So it's early. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They did get Elias Tefexis.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. That looks good.
Adam Jensen, which is a little on the nose here. I mean, this is kind of like we have Deus Ex or we have Cyberpunk at home. But despite this seeming a little stiff, a little stilted, I'd say I'm just going to wait and see what comes of it. Next up, a few weeks ago, we did talk about the Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl delay. We were going to see that in December, and it has been delayed one more time to November 20th, 2024. And with that, now the developers, like they said they did, they dropped a big gameplay deep dive. So you can see a lot of what this game is cooking. We've got like 30 minutes or so of gameplay to dive through. So if you want to check that out, I will link it in the description down below. I still think it looks really cool. I think some people are just expecting like a polished premium AAA first person shooter. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that. It seems like it's going to be a little bit more old school PC like the original ones, but we'll judge it, of course, when we fully get our hands on the game. Still, there's a lot of gameplay there. Like I said, it's linked in the description down below, as well as everything else I talk about this week. All the news and stuff is down there. But check this out. This is essentially Oblivion remastered or remade. We've talked about this in the past, but not for a while. This is Skyblivion. People are remaking Oblivion in Skyrim's engine, making it a little bit better looking, more playable, and they've released their newest update. They're still pushing for a 2025 release date, but this video, this pretty lengthy deep dive, shows how the quests and stuff work. Like everything is pretty much intact here. The voice acting, the way you get quests.
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. It like this mod, like the style right of this reminds me of Fable 1 and Fable 2 on the original Xbox. Like that's what this reminds me of.
Everything like that. It's a mission in Coral, one of my favorite little video game fantasy towns. So it's really been cool to see them go around here and, you know, go through the Mages Guild and stuff like that, take on a mission. I'm into this. They're actually still looking for volunteers. So if you have any game development experience or anything like that,
that's what it looks like to me.
Check out their website. I will definitely recommend that. But I'm excited to get my hands on this one, especially after Fallout London just being so awesome. Man, fans out there and talented and intelligent fans and modders are just crushing it. Also, I'm sorry it wouldn't be a week without a game delay, but Kingdom Come Deliverance has been delayed to 2025. When they announced that it was coming holiday 2024-ish, I thought that was like too good to be true. I was like, whoa, out of nowhere, this game is here and it's coming out this year? Well, now it's pushed a little bit. It's coming February 11th.
Fair enough.
Version yet, so just, you know, be aware, be cautious. But it's a cool, fun action adventure. It's not a Souls-like a lot of people are expecting. It's still very challenging, but it's its own thing, and it's creative and it's different, and I enjoy playing it. Of course, if you want to check out the whole video, my whole parkour, this was announced by a smaller studio. It's going to be kind of like a stealth action hybrid where you play as a dog in a sci-fi world, and this dog can do parkour. That's the elevator pitch, and you know, they got me. Also, this trailer is a lot of cinematics. There's a little bit of gameplay here. It's an Unreal Engine 5 squad-based multiplayer shooter in a sci-fi cyberpunk universe. It's called Defunct, and this seems like this could be pretty gritty and pretty cool. Also, if you like 2 Point Hospital, their newest game was announced. It's 2 Point Museums. You can run a museum, same charm, same style, stuff like that. As of right now, it's just slated for coming soon. No release date yet. Also, Elder Scrolls Castles. I'm only talking about this mobile game because it's got a good hook. I liked Fallout Shelter, the little mobile game. This is essentially the Elder Scrolls Fallout Shelter, where you're building castles. There's a little bit more to it. You're customizing and building out these castles, and it seems like it could be kind of cool. I know it's a mobile game and they get flack, but I've liked the way Bethesda has kind of thought about some of theirs. They have some hits, they have some misses, but like I said, I liked Fallout Shelter. I'll admit it. So if this is that, I'm in. As of right now, they have a pre-register link if you're curious. Hunt Showdown 1896 is out. Like, this is like the big update for Hunt Showdown. If you're looking to jump back in, there's more stuff, a lot of revamps. I've seen some people that have enjoyed it, but also if you just go on Steam reviews, it seems like everybody there hates it due to some technical issues and UI and stuff like that. So
that's a bummer.
maybe wait or just do some research first. But also, check this out. Plucky Squire finally has a release date. It's coming September 17th. This is a Devolver Digital published game. It's a really ambitious concept with a character played on a 2D plane that can jump out to 3D. We've seen things kind of like this before, but I think the way they're doing it here, they're just really gonna nail it. I have my fingers crossed. The developers behind this are industry veterans. I think they've got their head in the right place. So I'm looking forward to this releasing, like I said, September 17th. It's coming to all the major platforms, and it seems like it's gonna be on PlayStation Plus as well. Also, the games just keep coming. Replaced has been delayed to 2025, unfortunately, but we got some big major new gameplay from IGN, a bunch you can check out. I saw a lot of this gameplay at Summer Game Fest. It does seem like an awesome game. It seems like exactly like what you're hoping for if you've seen the trailers. But now you have a bunch of juicy gameplay to look at to maybe hold you over this delay. Also, Dragon Age the Veilguard news. We finally now officially have a release date. It's
September
October 31st, 2024. How dare they?
Nice.
How dare they choose Halloween? I'm kidding. As a Halloween enthusiast, I'm a little pissed. But hey, what are you gonna do? People have been waiting for this one for a long time, and I think there's a lot of weight on this one, man. This is like BioWare's next big thing. BioWare's had a couple of misses, and they're owned by a company that seemingly doesn't have a lot of patience. So I really, really hope they nail it with this one. They've been working on this thing forever. It feels like it's been like 10 years since anything Dragon Age. So, right? Has it been 10 years? Am I going crazy? When was Dragon Age Inquisition? Dragon Age Inquisition was 2014. Yeah, wow. All right, so BioWare is returning, Dragon Age is returning, and I really, really hope they nail this. Also, a dead game studio has been saved. You know how Xbox shut down a bunch of studios? It sucked, it was terrible, it was just lame. They shut down a lot of studios that were making cool games or had made cool games in the past, and one of those was Tango Gameworks, the developers behind Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo and most recently Hi-Fi Rush. It felt so silly that, you know, Microsoft has bought and acquired all these companies, and then so soon they just lay off a bunch of people and close studios. But whatever, it does seem like Tango Gameworks has been saved. It's been officially announced that Crafted, the publisher behind things like PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and cooler stuff like Subnautica, have actually acquired Tango Gameworks and the IP rights to Hi-Fi Rush. With this, they announced that they plan to get the studio back up and running with everybody. The creative director is once again on board, and they are going to continue making Hi-Fi Rush stuff and other projects. So that's a win. I think that's a W for once. It's been so much gloom and doom and bad news in the gaming industry. I'm just curious to see if the soul is retained. Like I said, a lot of the people are still coming back on board, but different publisher, different mandates. I don't know. We're hoping for the best. We wish them the best. I thought Hi-Fi Rush was an awesome game, so for that to potentially live on, I'm glad. That's it for the news this week. I think I'm gonna go see the Borderlands movie this weekend. I wasn't able to catch it last weekend, but I'm gonna try and see it this weekend. Good from that. Why did not see Alien Romulus? Gaming industry world, it's just like bad news, everything's shutting down, everything sucks.
A little bit more onto that.
Really liked it, but I think you can get meat, seafood, whatever you want.
Is that all this one was?
So right now that they have saved notes, as a huge gamer myself, I'm thrilled to help bring Michael Myers this new announcement that kind of came out of left field. This is an announcement from Boss Team Games that says Michael Myers is back in 2 new video games based on John Carpenter's 1978 classic Halloween. Boss Team Games, in association with Compass International Pictures and Further Front, are excited to announce a partnership for the development of 2 video games based on the horror classic. Both will be developed in conjunction with the producers of the Halloween franchise, allowing players to relive moments from the film and play as classic characters from one of the most iconic and important horror films of all time. Details are still tightly wrapped, but one of the games, still early in development, utilizes Unreal Engine 5 and will also have the master of horror himself, John Carpenter, intimately involved. Carpenter notes, as a huge game, the game, which they helped make, but it's worth pointing out that that was also Saber Interactive, based all around Halloween, where you play as Michael Myers, and the other one based around Ash versus Evil Dead. So older Ash running, jumping, gunning. These look cute. They look fun. I like these types of games. They could be an absolute blast. You're going to be able to, like, if you own both of them, you're going to be able to swap the characters around between games. That's interesting. But it does seem like Retro Realms is also going to be an overarching thing where I presume, and I've heard from the grapevine, they are going to be using a bunch of other different horror, like iconic horror franchises and stuff for little retro games like this. So
that's kind of cool.
Carpenter's intimately, but he's also graphic. The game, the asymmetrical multiplayer one that I actually kind of liked. They could be doing something like that. They could be doing a game where you run around as Michael and all the survivors have to like do a little thing to try and survive and not get killed by him. I sound like I'm not into that because
I'm not.
Well, frankly, I'm not. We have enough of those. You know, the Ash, the Evil Dead game, that was cool. We just want to live in like for. I don't know. I really want multiplayer. Do you expect it to be an asymmetric multiplayer thing? Let me know. And then on the flip side too, with Tango Gameworks coming back, I would love to know if there's some studio or like a canceled game or something like that you would love to see revived.
Interesting. Give me a sec. I'm gonna go refill my coffee. Some good news. I'll be right back. what we're actually going to do real quick is we're going to grind this out a sec. Let me change this real quick. We are going to go play some Final Fantasy 9 real quick. What I want to do is I would like to, I'm just going to grind a little bit. I think that's all I'm going to do for the remainder of this morning. Just do a little party leveling. Dragon's Gate. I wonder if Serpent's Gate will ever open up. Open up. I wanted to go check out the Chocobo Forest, right? Last time we were kind of getting pieced up by a whole bunch of these dudes, but let's see what you got for an attack, huh? Okay, shoot fire, which is nice. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a one tap. All right, that's good. That's good to know. I was not expecting that. Okay. I wasn't expecting Quina to one tap that thing. Okay. Queen is strong. Cool. Nice. Bye. Slice. Can I eat you? Oh, but I can't eat you. Uh-huh. Gobble, gobble. Oh, it tastes bad. Oops. Sorry for making you eat something not good. Okay. Nice. Characters level up faster. Yeah, I think that's like good, right? We should definitely keep that on. I feel like maybe it doesn't do us good. I don't know. Alright, Chocobo Forest is here, which is great. Oh, it's a dragon? Freya's gotta kill this thing, right? Some Iron Knights, huh? Yowza, that hurt. Yeah, we're not messing around with that. Put you to sleep. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, fuck that thing. I just want to chop him up now. Yo, how strong are you? Nope. That thing came in swinging. I was not prepared for that. Clearly. Wow. Good to know, good to know. There you go, you can have that one. You can have that one. Sure, why not? We'll go back and buy more anyways. We already know we are. Chocobo's Forest. Why don't you have to like find stuff here? Kupo. I'm Minnie, master of this forest. This Chocobo is my friend, Kupo. His name is Choco. Appropriate. Kiwi. And this is Chocobo's Forest. Welcome. Hey, did a cute girl with long hair come by here? No, but ugly girl came by here. Oh, maybe she didn't come this way. Maybe she's heading towards Burmese after all. I better get moving. You in a hurry? Yeah, sort of. Then take Choco. You won't run into monsters if you ride Choco. Oh, neat. It's okay, don't force him. You know, if Choco hates, Choco runs away. Choco, come on. Oh. Let's get to the point. These are geese all greens. You can call Choco outside the forest with these. Nice. Find Chocobo footprints near the forest. Use geese all greens there, and Choco will come. Nice. Choco likes you. You call and he'll come. Please train Choco, make him strong. Come back to this forest after you call him in the world. I'll tell you a big secret. Neat. Anything in here? On foot? I think you have to search with Choco. If I remember correctly. Okay, cool. That guy was mean. Joe didn't like him. Now we're living in the forest. Awesome. Make him strong, train him. Alright. Use them. We have to come out anyways. Okay, so now that we've got this, let's do this real quick. Since Mene wouldn't let us do anything. Oh, footprints are right there at our feet anyways. I'm gonna save real quick. Not that. Item. Where? Oh, hell yeah. Mm. 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 Riding through the forest on Choco. Choco. The Chocobo. Ooh, why did the sky turn different there? Oh, is it because Burmesia's in the... It's like a desert, right? Alright, back to the forest real quick. Alright, Koei. We brought him back. Like I told you. Choco, how are you, Kupo? Koei. Learn how to navigate on Choco. Well, let me see if I can talk to him. There we go. Nothing yet, because... okay. Look for treasure. Dismount. Okay. Yeah, what's the big secret? Welcome back, Kupo. I knew you'd get along with Choco. Kupo. Here's the thing. Choco has the ability to seek out treasure and items hidden underground, but I can't ride chocobos. Will you help me? 60 gil per game, and you keep all the items Choco digs up. Yeah, sure, I'll pay you. I'll use Choco's ability for 60 gil per minute. Try now. Alright, so we move and we dig. When you dig, Choco lets you know how close you are to a treasure. When he finds it, just dig, dig, dig. Okay, wait, means there's nothing. Wait, means that's far away. When you dig, okay. Where treasures are buried deep. Once you find something, dig. I guess I'll figure it out. Anything here? Okay, I've got it now. Points. Hey, I got some greens at the last minute. There we go. Time's up. An ore and some Gisal greens. Got 3 points. And these points go towards training Choco, I think, right? $80 gil. I'll take a few. This is service I offer. I'll give you a point for each item Change your points for items when you save up enough. Okay. Number of games played. Ah. Ah. Okay. Oh, okay. So you don't do anything. You just talk to you. Okay. His beak is level 1. That's... Oh. And when you get off, I'm assuming maybe he goes away? Is that how that works? Can you find items out here? Oh, you can, absolutely. Oh, this is... I'm sorry that this is all the screen is going to be from here on out. Oh man, that's just way too easy. That's all I'm gonna do is just spam this now. I feel like they're just not gonna be everywhere hidden. We're talking like probably like key points like this. No. And that's where I would put treasure. Especially like open map treasure like this. I remember, what was it? Wild Arms 2? You used to be able to find like hidden stuff all over the place. Okay, where? I wonder if, what if you train and you get beak level up, if you end up finding stuff better or easier. Oh, and it stays there. Nice. Alright, the grotto's where we're going. So I want to try here, maybe? Just messing around. Seeing what we got. Oh, this is where they were. That's where Tantalus was. Let's go find our boys. Lead a group. Did it run away? It's still there. Nice. Alright, so Choco just kind of stays there for you. I think we're just gonna... The heart of it is probably gonna be like the, Choco won't follow you regionally, so you have to call him each time you go somewhere else. Which is okay. Save real quick. In case anything wild happens. With the Tantalus crew. Southgate. Mocha coffee. Oh, we can give coffee back to, that guy. If we ever make it back to Alexandria. We will. Alright, so that's closed. There's that. There's that. Oh, the water. Bet you this heals me. Drink from the spring. Neat. Okay. Excellent. Good to know. We have coffee to give to that guy. Speaking of coffee, I forgot it over there. Here. While I get coffee, you can chill to some sweet Choco music. where are we off to? Okay, where? There's gotta be something like over there, right? On the beach? Nothing on the beach. Man. They failed on that one, huh? Where? Where? No beach treasures. Okay. So I feel like we are at the point now to where it's just fights. Nothing up there. Oops. Alright, let's beak train for a bit. Beak train, beak train. Let's do it. Better to like claw grip it, I think, right? Oh, where is it? No. That was unfortunate. That was a potion. Spent the whole time trying to find a freaking potion. Neat. Meh. Alright, one more time. Watch me nickel and dime ourselves down to no money. Ooh. Deep, huh? Come on. Stone with patterns. What is that? Nice. 3 levels up. Or 2 levels up. Come on now. I'm not gonna find this one, am I? Nope. That's annoying. Wow. Like, where was it? I get it. I got that cool one, but like, where was it? You know? What's this stone with patterns? Yeah. There's a picture of some location on the stone. This place must have tons of treasures. Why don't you go out of the forest and look for this place? Alright, and choose which stone you want to find. Oh. I've got an idea. Let's call this stone Chocograph. Now look at this Chocograph. I think Choco's been searching for something all his life. There must be tons of treasures. You might find some cards, so you should leave some room in your card inventory. Alright, let's do it. Nice. Nice. Ah. There we go. It's okay. 3 points. Take a look at Chocograph. Go check where the river meets the ocean. Okay, so we're gonna find some treasures, but it's only there, huh? Dupo. And you hit triangle? Okay. Nice. Found a treasure chest. That's cool. 2 elixirs. Nice. 3 high potions. Oh, nice. That's a score. Yo, that's a score. Good on us, huh? And it shows that we found it. That's actually really cool. I'm gonna get off here. Takes a second. Some beach battles. Beach fight. Oh, another dragon here. See what I can get. An antidote. Here comes the spear. Defend. Try to steal again here. That's a waste, but Freya's gonna kill the dragons, right? Cool. Yeah, that one's quick. It only gives you like 1 chance. 1 turn to do your double black. Nice. And I believe there's other chocobo forests around the other regions and areas too, if I'm not mistaken. Two blazekins. Echo screen. Hey, give me back my potion. Okay. Take my potion back. Hey, Soul Blade. I'm gonna push him back. I want to know what that is. I have no idea. Deep swords. Oh, okay. I haven't been using that. Oh, next battle, we will try one. Cool. I'm gonna jump you. Steal from you. We're gonna try to eat you. See if I can learn anything from you. I'm not sure if I've already eaten one of these or not. Oh, Mighty Guard, nice. Can we steal? Antidote, excellent. Bye. Nice. Definitely forgot to use what we were talking about. Was it Soul Guard or whatever it is? Back attack. Cool. You. There we go. Soul Blade. Oh, that's right. This one blinds it, right? This is darkness. That's right. That weapon is darkness. Bug stab. That's right. That blade applies darkness. One tint and a lizard man card. Excellent. So, what we're gonna do real quick. We'll hop in here. Yeah, what do we got here? Okay. Cool. Wait, not that many. There we go. We'll keep it around there. What's everyone looking at? Oh. You know what we're actually going to do real quick? We'll get free heal from the well, and then we'll save, and we'll probably call it a morning. Heck yeah. There it is. Past it. The gate's over here, right? South gate with the free heal. Drink the water. Excellent. Let's get this save. Hey. Oh, cool. Let's save. Never trust a single save. Awesome. Call me anytime. Neat. Well, that was a fun morning. Just real simple. Chill. Good way to start a weekend. Good way to start a Saturday. I hope everyone has a good weekend, a good Saturday, a good Sunday. Go do what you want to do. Go relax. Go work. Just go live. Go have fun. We're going to go have a fun day today too. Where I think we're going to go-kart racing. And then come back and celebrate a birthday. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. Again, have a good weekend. Thanks again for spending your time. And I will be back on, I believe, tomorrow night. Sunday night. Thanks again. Take care.